This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Hey, welcome to the Magnolia Lobby studio of the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center. Kelly and I had to have Charlie draw us a map, figure out how to get here.
Did you reintroduce yourselves?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly
Good to see you.
Sutton.
I'm Kelly. I'm Bill.
Wait. That's ACM National Personality of the Year nominee, Kelly Sutton.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's got that Frisco, Texas still on her, a little bit of that left over.
I thought I took a shower. Do you smell
Jerry
me?
Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. Did you get to see Jerry Jones? I know you had hoped to have that was no. Oh,
I was sad. I really wanted to take a picture with him, and I wanted to tell him that you do an impersonation of him. That was really my whole goal. I mean, the red carpet thing was just a ruse to get me down there. I didn't see him, but I saw a huge picture of him and video of him right there on the side of the star. So he's very well represented. And
starring Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys.
I took a selfie of me with the video of Jerry Jones behind me. So I did get that, but that was it.
And you were running around with Dua Lipa. I saw that.
Crazy.
Cody Johnson, Lainey Wilson, who is our reigning entertainer of the year, as well as female vocalists.
And Jelly Roll. You can't keep up with Jelly Roll. I'm convinced he's cloned himself because he's in too many places all at one time.
And he says when he's not there, Lainey is, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, some of the top stories this morning will regard the ACM Awards.
We're talking to Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson. Very fun. Talked to her before the announcement happened and then after, which was really cool just to see her face on both sides of that. And then the surprise of the night, no one knew about this. It was under wraps. We all were completely caught off guard. Dua Lipa shows up with Chris Stapleton, and I caught her after the show and did an interview with her. So an exclusive interview coming up.
And we've got Carson Peters with new music in this hour, and next hour, our longtime friends Smithfield with new music. So looking forward to that. That's live in studio action here on Coffee, Country, and Cody. And Kelly Sutton, Charlie Mattos, Annie Nye is back there. First full-fledged day as a studio director, flying solo, working without a net. And Jeff Roberts in master control at the Grand Ole Opry House.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Add Carson Peters to that mix. Coffee, Country, Cody, and Carson this morning in the studio. As this does, as part of a new bluegrass tribute that's coming out, the full project in July. Bo Bice has already had Ramblin' Gamblin' Man released, and we're going to feature your work on this, Bob. It's called Silver Bullet Bluegrass is what it's called, and we're going to get to that here in just a little while. And then, of course, some music from your most recent album, which came out last year, Got a Lot of Lonesome.
That's right.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you, man.
First time on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. How old were you?
I think I was 10.
And what were the circumstances that brought you there?
So my little bluegrass band opened up for Ricky Skaggs in Knoxville on March 14th of 2014. And after the show, we were at our little merchandise table, and Ricky was at his merchandise table. I had talked with Ricky and got to play a song with him that night anyway, but we got done selling merch, and then we waited for another hour and a half for Ricky to get done selling merch. But after that, Ricky kind of took me to the side and asked me if I ever played the Opry. I was like, no, sir. He said, well, what are you doing next Saturday? And I was like, I guess we're playing the Opry next Saturday if this is what I'm thinking is going. And so, man, it was a whirlwind. And just all of a sudden, here I am on the Opry stage, living my dream at 10. And it's crazy. I look back at it and still can't believe it happened.
How many times have you been back since?
Golly, it's I think it's up in the around 15 or 16 now that we've got to play it. So
I'm curious, at 10 years old, are you too young to even be nervous and appreciate the magnitude of what you're about to do?
To a certain extent, I think that, it obviously helped me because I wouldn't, but no, I feel like I knew what I was doing, but looking back at it, oh gosh, I would have been shaking in my boots if I'd have really known, And but yeah, like I said, it probably helped me out not to be as nervous as a little 10-year-old because I'd do anything. I wasn't scared of nothing back then.
Do you know Wyatt Ellis? He just made his Opry debut. He was 14 when I worked that night.
Great kid,
but you kind of know what he's feeling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a odd feeling.
So how old are you now?
I'm 20 now.
And you moved to town recently.
Yes, sir. Moved last July. So
Piney Flats is home for you originally?
Yes, sir. About 4 hours east of here. Drove in this morning from Piney Flats.
Did you really?
Yeah.
For those geographically challenged, what state would Piney Flats be?
That would be in
located
Tennessee.
Because you could drive 4 hours and still
And be
technically be in.
somewhere
Right,
Yes,
yeah,
we're
okay,
right there on the Tennessee-Virginia line. I'm like 15 minutes from Bristol, which splits,
Ooh, what's a race weekend like?
I was going to say, what time did you get up this morning? You came in 4 hours, and we're looking at
I got up at 3. We played a bluegrass gospel show at a church yesterday, and I was gonna drive in last night, and then I was like, I'll just get up early, and that was a bad idea.
You made it on time.
We're here.
TripAdvisor.com.
Oh, wow.
Charlie Mattos.
All right, yeah.
Things to do in Piney Flats.
Okay.
They list 3.
All right.
Rocky Mount State Historic Site and Museum.
I'm across the street from that.
All right.
Okay.
East Tennessee Distillery.
All right. Well,
Across the street from that too. You're gonna notice it.
And-
well, you're in a prime location apparently.
Something called the Rage Room.
Oh, yeah, I know what a rage
I
room
heard
is.
it. I didn't know that Piney Flats had one.
Fun and games, under the Fun and Games category, the Rage Room.
All right.
So,
Wow.
things to
Okay.
do.
That's where you go in there and break stuff, right?
Yeah.
Give you a
They
little
need one of those
baseball.
on Music Row.
Well, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. Wait a minute. What's a rage room? I'm really not familiar with
There's
the
a
concept.
lot of stuff in there, like TVs and old mirrors, and you go in and you have goggles and a sledgehammer and you break stuff. You rage
Just let
in
it
a
out,
room.
man.
Yeah,
Wow.
let it all out. They could put everybody's records that never made it in a room on Music Row and let them smash it. That would be great. I'm going to make that. That's mine, by the way. Don't anybody do
That's a
that.
good business idea.
Remember, the Predators used to have the old car you could pay to smash in
Sure,
front. Right.
same
Okay.
idea.
Okay. Gotcha.
Same idea. Somebody told me that you just got engaged.
I did.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah, I finally found somebody to put up with me, so I was like, I ain't gonna waste no time. You know. What I
Now, being a small town boy from East Tennessee, is this somebody you've known your whole life? or
No,
is
it's funny. She's 5 years older than me, so the whole high school thing, we never met in high school. I didn't know she existed till a couple of years ago, and I think it was through social media, it's either Instagram or Facebook. I found her and gave her a follow. Liked a couple pictures, and she liked one back, believe it or not, and off we went. But yeah, we got engaged a couple months ago.
Where did you ask her?
We went to Knoxville. I had to pull off the surprise, so
50-yard line, Neyland Stadium.
no, I wish. I didn't have those strings to pull, unfortunately.
Let her run through the power tee.
Oh man.
So, is it just somewhere in Knoxville?
Yeah. It was at the Botanical Gardens there in Knoxville. Yeah, took her out. Told her they had a little pop-up restaurant down there. We were going to just get some dinner and amongst the flowers and stuff. And then I had a whole setup, and it worked. Believe it or not, I was nervous. I was the most nervous I've ever been, and pulled it off. So.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
What's her name?
Her name's Mackenzie.
Well, good morning, Mackenzie. She's probably up listening to you.
I think she's watching. She's teaching school right now, but I think she's gonna be.
Oh, what level?
She teaches middle school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God bless her. Yeah. Doing the Lord's work there, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Making
On
my job look real easy.
Teaching middle school on purpose?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I ask her that often.
Wow.
Well, Carson Peters and Iron Mountain. Where'd you come up with the name for the band?
Yeah, so near where I grew up, there's a mountain, Iron Mountain. Near where our banjo and bass player grew up in Mount Airy, North Carolina, there's another Iron Mountain. We thought it was a cool name for a band, too, so we were like,
It is.
there we go.
It really is. Again, Silver Bullet Bluegrass that you're a part of, and it includes, in addition to Carson Peters, our guest this morning, you're going to hear Long Twin Silver Line, Gary Nichols, Turn the Page, got Shanna Tucker and Hollywood Nights, just some of the highlights off the album. Jeff Parker, you know Jeff with Daly and Vincent, famously at the Grand Ole Opry. We've Got Tonight. Bo Bice I referenced earlier. Josh Schilling, Charlie, I know you saw his name doing Main Street.
The
down
Mighty
on
Chord is on the record.
The Mighty Chord doing Night Move.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I got a little sneak peek of it. It's great.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's great.
Same sort of business going on in his version as Bob Seger's.
Oh,
out
yeah.
there where the woods got heavy.
Oh, yeah.
In the back seat of the Chevy.
Oh, yeah.
The Mighty Chord. So, did you choose? Did you get to pick what you wanted to do from this album or from the Seeger collection?
So Randall Deaton, who produced this album with Lonesome Day Records, he came to me a golly, it was a couple years ago, and mentioned this project and asked me if I'd be interested, and I told him absolutely. You know, I grew up listening to old rock and roll, so I was definitely familiar with Bob Seger, and this allowed me to do a little deeper dive too, you know, into the stuff that I didn't hear on the radio growing up. You know, get on the YouTube and all that stuff, and find some old cuts of his, but yeah, he asked me if I wanted to do it. I told him absolutely, and he sent me a couple songs, and Long Twin Silver Line kind of stuck out. You know, it fit my vocal range better than the rest of them, I thought, and I'm glad we did it, because I think it turned out pretty good.
So your vocal range, how different is it from age 20 to when you were 10 and debuted at the Grand Ole Opry?
Unfortunately, not very different at all. It's still a young woman. I would classify it in the young woman vocal range.
Way up high.
Oh, way up high. That's exactly right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
exactly right. Oh yeah. It's you know, it was a little bit of a transition growing into the voice change for sure. You know, right around 13, 14, 15, and I'll still crack every now and then if I ain't really careful.
Well, just start smoking or something. That'll bring it down.
That'll bring it down a couple notches.
I got news for you. They don't make sheet music for that, okay?
No. His fingers are more awake than my brain.
You just got to have the gift, and he's got it. And our special guest is Carson Peters. Thanks for coming to see us.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on Got a Lot of Lonesome. That full album is out. You can go to Carson and Iron MT, ironmountain.com. And Silver Bullet Bluegrass, a full project which you will be on. We heard you were kind enough to do Long Twin Silver Line for us live. July 12th, full album is out. And this Memorial Day weekend, Saturday at the, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Colorado?
We're playing a bluegrass
in
festival
Fruita, Colorado?
We're playing Picking in the Rockies is the name of the bluegrass festival.
Nice.
Okay.
On Sunday, we're playing that, and then we found a little church to play at on Saturday night. So if you're out in Colorado, come out for some bluegrass.
And yesterday they were in Bristol, Virginia, playing
right.
at the North Star Baptist Church over there. Thank you again for coming to see us.
Absolutely. Thanks
Great
for
job,
having me.
Ethan. WSM Radio. Kelly Sutton is back from the ACMs.
I am. You know, there's a guy that plays with Hot Country Nights, looks a lot like him. Like that Charlie Worsham kid.
Really?
Yeah. Don't know. I don't know. Just favors him.
Saw him from a distance? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lainey Wilson.
You know, the K is silent.
In Hot Country Nights?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You know that I'm like a founding member of their fan club. I have a lot of their merch.
Something to be proud of.
You have merch that Douglas Douglason doesn't even know existed.
Right.
I mean, that's a fan. Yeah.
I'm there. I mean, I truly think that if there was like fan club cards, mine would be like 001. I think.
And it would be
something to be proud of.
metal.
Oh.
Be one of those metal ones.
Yeah, it would be metal, but it would also have like a hot pink lightning strike on it, I think.
Sure it would.
Just throwing it out there. These are ideas. Okay, so we were talking about Lainey Wilson. Lainey Wilson, your reigning entertainer of the year from the ACM Awards and the CMA Awards. We forgot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give her crowns. All of them, multiple. She also won this year for Female Artist of the Year. She won with Jelly Roll for Music Event of the Year. Here's the fun thing. I got a chance to talk to her early in the week with Radio Row interviews, and then right after she won on the Winner's Walk. So I put those two things together. Take a look and listen. Listen, if I get to say Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson, and not say nominee at the end of it, that would be amazing.
We can't.
I know you would love
Honestly,
that too.
right when you just did that, it kind of felt more real to me than it has the entire time. Because I try not to like sabotage stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't say it. I said it. So
You
that's
said
what's
it, but
different.
you just made my stomach drop. I felt like I was on a roller coaster.
Yeah, what did you say, Kelly? What did you say to Lainey on Media Row?
I said, what are you going to say when it's Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson, and no nominee?
I thought Kelly's jinxing it. She jinxed.
No, I was speaking it into existence, honey.
That's right.
How about it? There it is. I loved it so much.
You're going to have a lot of requests for interviews from now on from people
Right?
nominated for Entertainer of the Year. You're going to get every nominee.
Can you please
Say it for me, Kelly.
Say it. Say it. Well, the fun thing was, it was a really great show. 59th annual. We were in Frisco, Texas. Reba is the hostess with the mostest. I mean, she just can't be outdone. Truly paralleled to none. She's done it 17 times. This one was the 11th time by herself. So she said, co-host, no need. We're good. I'm okay. I asked her about writing the monologue. And I mean, when I tell you, I was hosting the red carpet special that started an hour before the show started. I mean, we were on the carpet at 3:00 and taping a bunch of interviews, right? Because the carpet opens. But the live started at 6. Reba was one of our very first guests. So I'm talking to her and I said, monologue, how long did it take you? You know, and she said, I'm still working on it. What? Reba? Yeah. TikTok, you're about to go out there and start this thing. She goes, no, just got to, tweak it. I'm going to put some more tweaks on it.
You know who does that and is just a master as the show rolls live? Prairie Home Companion, Garrison Keillor.
Oh, yeah.
It is always, at the end of the show, he says the show is written by Sarah Bellum.
Yes. Sarah Bellum his brain.
During the course of the show, you can see him if you ever, you go to the Ryman shows because he loves playing the Ryman. But you see him over there making notes or handing new scripts to the cast and updating it as he goes. So
that was Reba. I mean, down to the minute.
Yeah, you're in the moment. Something that you couldn't have predicted was going to happen happens, and all of a sudden, you're Reba McEntire. You can spin in an instant and go where you need to go. So.
Gosh, it's so fun to watch her do that. It really is. It's just, she's in her element and she loves it. And one of the things, like you said, that we didn't know was going to happen, just kind of happens. This one was a little bit more planned. But Dua Lipa, pop star, she is our disco queen. I love her music. It does remind me so much. It has a disco beat, but she had Dance the Night Away, the big song that came out of Barbie last summer, in case you're unfamiliar. But she showed up with Chris Stapleton and nobody knew about it. I mean, the rehearsals were closed down. They kicked everybody out. If you were in the building, you had to sign a non-disclosure agreement that you wouldn't say a word. So after the show, I caught up with her on the Winner's Walk. Take a listen.
So how did this come about? We talked to Chris and he said it was your idea.
Yeah, I'm just such a massive fan of his, and I reached out and I was like, I would love to do something together, and I knew that he was going to do this, and we just kind of started brainstorming on ideas on how to collaborate and reimagine his song, and it was just a massive dream come true. When you're a fan, you just kind of like sit back and listen and watch, and I really got to do a lot of that with him and his band for the past few days, and just kind of dive in with my input, and our worlds kind of merging and colliding was just such a fun thing to do and to see, and it just made me really love my job. Made me really, really love it.
You know what's so great, though, is to hear your voice and Morgan's voice layered on top of each other. And Chris, you blend beautifully together. And there was a soul in that performance that I'm like, ooh, I really like this flavor. Does that give you a little window to be like, let's double over here a little bit?
Maybe.
Okay. And country's wide open now. Beyonce kicked the door down. So are you walking through?
I don't know. Well, I'm thinking. We're thinking about it.
We're thinking about it, she
You
says.
were leading her, but she was not following.
I was trying. Of course, I left at the very end with, come see us at the Grand Ole Opry. So if Dua Lipa makes her Grand Ole Opry debut, it's all my doing. I was trying to get her there. I really do love hanging out with her. And it was really cool, too. We talked a little bit about songwriting later on. And she said, the craftsmanship of the songs that come out of Nashville are really, truly what she loves the most about country music. And I'm like, you get it. When people give you those answers and they talk about the way that the songs are structured and why they really love country, then you go, yeah, okay, I understand that you understand.
Much like Wiz Khalifa out at Stagecoach. I mean, these are two people very out of the country box, right?
Crazy, but also real cool. Yeah. Okay, last but not least, Cody Johnson. Love him. He's big in Texas, but apparently with all the nominations and all the hoopla and all the number ones, he's big everywhere, including your local bathroom.
It's different. I mean, we were discussing this yesterday with my manager. The power of radio is a big thing. The power of streaming of our different outlets, it's a huge thing. And, for the guy that was told for so long, you're never going to get that. The cowboy hat doesn't work. You're from Texas. That doesn't work. Well, then radio hits with Till You Can't, and then Human, and then Painter, and now Dirt Cheap, and we've got so many huge things left on Leather Deluxe. It's everywhere, and I wasn't ready for that. I think that
Really?
when you dream about like success, like because I want to succeed and I want my music to be out there, but you don't think about having to have a police escort to go to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of gotten weird, which is great. And like, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the facts. Like
It's just different.
It's gotten real.
It's an adjustment.
It is. It's a big mental adjustment too,
Yeah.
because you want to put your best foot forward. You want to be like. There's a lot of kids that come to my shows.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a good example. Every interview that I do is important. Sitting here talking to you guys, I want to answer it correctly and make sure that I'm on point. But then you don't think about it like whenever you just want to walk around normal. And I was like, I'm in ball cap, joggers, t-shirt. Nope. Didn't work. Cowboy hat is not apparently what throws it away.
Yeah. They know who you are.
Yes,
now.
they do. So if he is walking to the bathroom, y'all just let him go. Don't ask him for an autograph if he's going up to the urinal. That's all. Love you, Cody.
Wait till he starts walking away.
Right. Wait till he washes his hands.
There you go.
There it is.
Hey, the Randy Travis More to Life Tour is coming to the Ryman Auditorium June the 5th. His original band, guest vocalist is James Dupre. He's been a guest on Coffee, Country, and Cody through the years. And you'll hear James and the band perform all 16 of Randy's iconic number ones. On the Other Hand, Forever Never, Amen, Three Wooden Crosses, and on the list goes. And he'll make a special appearance. Randy will be there, and you'll be able to see him. Tickets are on sale at Ryman.com. And listen on the maiden voyage of On Air with Aaron. Little super coupe, little deuce coupe in this afternoon, and every day this week on her show, your chance to win a pair of tickets from WSM Radio, and that starts this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Told you they were coming. Smithfield in the house. Trey Smith, Jen Fielder, and good morning and welcome. It has been a 13-year journey to your very first album. Am I right? 2011 is when you guys first started doing this?
It is correct. Yeah. Has it been 13 years?
Well, we moved to
That's the lucky
Nashville
number,
in
though.
2012, but we got together in 2011.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess
So
13 years.
Lucky number 13.
And this is the first full album. We were just talking about this. As much music as you have done for us, live, EPs, Opry performances, first full album comes out Friday. And we'll throw a party on Thursday, analog at Hutton Hotel. Okay.
And it says part 1.
Yes.
So
You caught that.
Yes.
Do we have to wait 13 years for part 2?
I'm going to be too old to do this in 13 years, man.
Country with Heart Part 1, and you have your hearts on. I love.
Thank you for noticing.
So cute that you're wearing it and you're
I'm on
feeling
theme.
it.
I missed the theme, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. We didn't get on the same email
clothes.
chain there. I don't know.
It's okay. 13 years in the making. It's a long time. How do you decide what goes? Probably that's why there's a part 1 and part 2, right? Because you've got so much music that you want to get out there.
You know, it's picking your children, right?
Yeah.
It's picking the little
I only
notes
have
out of
one, so it's
your
easy.
diary.
Yeah.
You know? No, I mean, we just wanted to put it out in 2 parts because I feel like we have a lot to say. So
That's awesome. How many songs are on the first one?
So we've got 7 on the first one, and there'll probably be maybe 8 on the second.
Oh.
A little bit more
20 on the second.
But the way you consume music these days, it's
That's
like
perfect.
we want to give our fans and people, you know, more bang for your buck, have you will.
Yeah.
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 So the two of you go back to childhood, like your families knew each other, right? For people who don't know your backstory. And
Yeah.
in Waxahachie?
Yes.
Waxahachie, Texas, born and raised. So were our grandparents and our parents as well. They all went to the same high school and were friends when they first got married. And so our families did 4th of July and New Year's Eve parties together. And Trey and I were the entertainment for the family. Like we
But you've known each other since you were like
10?
10?
That's my first memory of Trey.
Really before then. I think she just doesn't remember the first time we met, but
Yeah.
she was probably like 4 years old or something.
I don't remember anything from when I was 4, but I do remember
You don't
meeting
have
Trey.
vivid memories from when you were 4?
New Year's Eve, I was 10, you were 12, and I remember playing music for our family.
Yeah.
That's my first memory of you.
What was your first? What song do you remember singing together first? What was your go-to?
So we didn't sing together. We always sang separately.
It was always a competition.
Yeah.
It's like I sang a song, she sang a song, and it was like American Idol, but OG version.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Except your parents are Simon Cowell, you know.
Texas Idol. I don't know.
Texas Idol. That's so great. So when you guys, you basically kind of grew up like brother and sister in a way.
Yeah. We're family. I mean,
Pretty much.
A lot of. Go ahead.
No secrets, and we can't get away with anything because otherwise our family will let us know about it. So.
So good.
I asked about CMA Fest because I was looking at your schedule, and you're going out with Josh Turner. You're playing Cleveland, Ohio on June 7th with Josh, and then Diamond Rio in Paducah, Kentucky a little later in the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
But the big release party is Thursday, but no CMA Fest for you this year?
No, we're dipping out of town. We're skipping the crowds, and we're going to go. We've been on Josh Turner's Greatest Hits tour all this spring. So anytime there is a budget for an opener, his team calls us, and it's been a really great experience and great shows for us. His fans obviously appreciate really great vocals. He still sounds so great, and he has a new album coming out.
Yeah, he sure does.
So we both have albums coming out. You know, we're both hopefully known for our vocals, and so it's been a great tour and fit. So
Well, going out and opening those shows, what do you learn from somebody like Josh once you come off stage and you have a chance to stay and watch what he does?
Well, so I feel like Josh, not that he's robotic or anything, but he just knows what he's doing because he's done it so long. He'll say a lot of the same things at every show, but he'll change it up to where, you know, that show or that place feels special. You know what I mean? Sure. And I'm like, that's genius. So we just need to say the same things and just tweak it each show so that our, you know, dad jokes hit, you know, better at the next one or whatever. So
I think anytime you get to watch like somebody that's been doing it for years, it's like you learn the art of the entertainment from those people. Just watching them and how they operate night in and night out, and how they're able to just keep it going.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Even though they're doing much of the same thing.
Yes.
But as you said,
But it comes across like
Yes.
it's natural and genuine and just came to mind,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But we see it every night and we're like, he said that same thing the
My
last 5 shows.
favorite phrase from Dick Clark was rehearsed spontaneity.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. We need to take that.
Yeah, we're learning. We're starting to say the same things, and
I never say the same thing.
You speak in unison sometime?
Absolutely.
The first time I ever saw Fleetwood Mac, it was at an angle of the stage where, you know, I could see as much of the crowd as they could see, and I could see the monitors. And it was the first band I ever saw use a teleprompter for like lyrics.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
And like after the first song, every monitor said Nashville, so they would not forget where they'd been on this like 75 city tour. So it's like,
big
good
no-no.
evening, Nashville. How you doing?
oh my gosh,
Because the worst thing you can do is say good evening to the wrong people.
Yeah, no
You know?
pressure on that teleprompter
And if you
guy
do enough,
either.
and if you do enough shows, it's easy to forget where you are sometimes. I mean,
Totally.
you know, yeah.
Well, recall your first ever Opry appearance.
So May 16th, 2016.
April.
Oh, April. Shoot, I knew I was gonna get it wrong.
Yeah, that's all right. It was 2016.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing country music in small town Opry's all over Texas. That's what I did. Trey was in a rock band. So for me, the Grand Ole Opry was always like the Super Bowl is what I would call it. Super Bowl of Opry's for me. And I just remember it kind of like a wedding day. Like it was like a blink, a flash. You know how they say, take in all the now. There's no way that you can. It goes by so fast, and it's emotional, and it's your whole family and friends come to Nashville, and it's just, and then you're walking backstage and you're seeing, you know, other stars perform around you, and then you step in the circle and you're like, oh my God, people that I look up to and idols have stepped in the same place I'm about to step in. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's magical.
It's funny, like comparing it to a wedding day, just because I mean I just got married in November, and it is very similar. Of just like that day, you're thinking about all the people that aren't there that you wish were. It's like it's comparable to that, really. I remember on our Opry debut, I was thinking about the people maybe that had gone on before me that I wished were there.
Yeah, and there have been people since 2016, you know, that have gone on as part of our Opry family.
Yeah. And you guys are getting close to 50, right? Performances? 40-something, I think, right?
We're
It's like
almost,
between 40 and 50, I'd say.
Yeah.
We need to get the official count.
Yeah. Well, you get something cool for 50, I think. So I'm just saying, don't let 50 pass you by without knocking on Dan Rogers' door.
Okay.
So Charlie Mattos says I get something cool for 50.
I want a cake or something. Maybe at least a cupcake. I don't know.
Dan Rogers said, and who is this Charlie Mattos?
Who is this speaking? He no longer works here. Who are you speaking of? So.
We've got Smithfield in the studio. New music, new album Friday. Country with Heart, Part 1. Album release celebrations happening Thursday. Analog Hutton Hotel. Drink That Strong. Set it up for us. That's the first thing we'll play.
Ooh, okay. Well, Morgan Wallen plays on the radio a lot. You may have heard of him. His song Whiskey Glasses was playing, and I had this thought driving down. It was actually on Music Row. I was driving down, I was playing, and the song is like, I'm gonna need some whiskey glasses so I don't see the truth. The whole thing's about he needs whiskey so he can just drown out this girl that's broke his heart. And my question was, okay, Morgan, but what happens when the drink ain't strong enough? What happens when the whiskey glasses won't cut it? Right? And so I took that to Trey and we wrote Drink That Strong.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
With Smithfield in studio this morning, Trey and Jen are here. New album Country with Heart Part 1 comes out on Friday of this week. Look at those smiles creep across their faces as we say that. With an album release show, listening opportunity, pre-sale, if you will, on Thursday, Analog Hutton Hotel.
If my math is right, did we not recently just get over 100 million streams of your music? That's a pretty cool number.
We did.
Yes.
In January, we officially surpassed that. And to be independent and do that is a really big deal.
Were you there for
999,900?
999, whatever, I can't even say the number. I'm so messed up.
I had other things. I was probably worrying about other things at the time.
Okay.
I was just like,
That's the only child in me would have wanted to be the 1 million, the 100 millionth, So.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Play for us if you would.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to play, this is the focus track of the album. It's called What I Got. Stems from, I guess we're all guilty of this at times. We all want more. We all think about the things in life that we don't have. And Trey and I wanted to write a song appreciating the things that we do.
Great song. Thanks for sharing that. Smithfield. And it's part of the new album Country with Heart Part 1, which comes out on Friday. And Jennifer was waving during the course. You couldn't see it off camera, but outside our studio window, our showcase studio is here at Gaylord Opryland. There were a group, I don't know what, there were 6 or 8 kids out there, ages 3 to 7 probably.
Yep.
They were waving. And when Jennifer waved back, they were like, oh my gosh.
She can see us. Yeah. That's the fun thing. When people come up, sometimes they think it's a two-way that we can't see out. And then as soon as you wave, it's like, oh.
But that was such a sweet sentiment, that song that you were singing when that happened. It was like the soundtrack of that moment.
Yeah.
We got time for one more if you would. What you got in mind?
So we're going to play one called Don't Know Myself. And we originally wrote this song to be about, breakups, like when you get your heart broken. But we put this song out, and so many people have used this as, someone passing on or being gone, and it's someone they're remembering. So it's like, I don't know myself without you. And it's cool. It's cool how people, take something you've written and make it something completely different than you wrote it to be. So...
And you produced this album.
I produced this album.
Brag on yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Just call me a producer now. No, it's something I've always been interested in, and it's always been in kind of the long game to be involved in that.
Yeah.
Just lacked the technical skill for a long time, but I finally got to a point where I felt like I could do it, and I knew she would tell me if I couldn't. So,
absolutely, I would.
Because she is an open book, and I passed the Gen test, and so it was time to produce an album. So
there it is.
I'm not familiar with that test.
Yeah.
The Gen test.
That's very honest. So.
At Smithfield, that brand new album comes out Friday, Kelly.
Sounds so good.
Yeah. Country with Heart Part 1.
Thank you.
Congrats on everything, y'all.
Thank you.
We're so happy for you. Please let us know when Part 2 is going to be making its debut as well.
We will let you guys know first.
All right.
What piece of advice do you give somebody in there for the long game who just got to town and it's not happening as fast as they want it to? What's the philosophy you leave them with this morning?
I think it's just stay true to what you want to say and just make music that you love, first and foremost, because that'll always keep you genuine and true to yourself.
Absolutely. I would say one of the best pieces of advice we were given when we first moved was write what you know and write from your heart. Because if you do that, you'll be able to connect with people in the most genuine way. And that's why our album's called Country with Heart. It's our stories, our family, our lives. in a song.
And Thursday, that's this Thursday, the 23rd, their album release celebration is taking place analog at the Hutton Hotel here in Nashville. And then they're out with Josh Turner on June 7th, Cleveland, Ohio, Paducah, Kentucky, Diamond Rio on June 20th. Everything you need to know about the new music and where they're going to be, smithfieldmusic.com. Thanks so much for getting up early and coming in.
Of course.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you guys.
Well, the new lineup, Aaron Cooper, formerly studio director, on air with Aaron this afternoon. Yay! The debut, The Maiden Voyage, starts at 3 o'clock. And we hope you'll join her and wish her well. Check in with her.
We should
Annie
call
Nye,
in. We should all call in on the hotline.
That's right.
You think we should?
Annie Nye is our studio director now. Her first day with us, flying solo. And Jeff Roberts, of course, in master control at the Grand Ole Opry House. Cher, 78 years old today. That's a good-looking 78.
That's a great-looking 78.
John Party looks 78, but he's 39.
Oh, exactly half of Cher. Right? 39, 78, right?
Oh, yeah, that is true.
There are days, though, all right, when you go, I shouldn't feel this old, this young. What you working on for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, Jason Aldean, incredible tribute that he did for Toby Keith. He just released it, so we're going to play a sample of it for you tomorrow.
And then we got the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band tickets for the November show. You know, this is their farewell tour year, and November 7th at the Ryman. And tickets are on sale now, but you can win them with us tomorrow. Ryman.com for more information. And we'll give you more details on the Freedmen's Army-Navy farewell tour. After 75 years, we wish Frank well. Had a little health issue over the weekend, but we're thinking about you, Frank. That's Coffee, Country, and Cody, Tuesday.